Time now is 12:59 afternoon on June 30th. This is the last day of June. Maybe at around 9:40 or 9:50, I woke up because somebody turned off the air conditioner and it's hot. And I woke up because I detected the temperature. Like, I just can't sleep at that temperature. And I left the bed a few times. So I left the bed and I wanted to go out and turn on the air conditioner. And then I realized that somebody opened the window. So I'm like, okay, screw it. So I went back to sleep. I can't. So I went out again to close the window and turn on the air conditioner. And then I went back to sleep and I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And then there are these noises, like somebody's playing music or something. And there are these banging noises. It's just like so fucking annoying. And at around 11:20-ish, I was still awake. Because somebody called me suddenly. Some random phone number from North Carolina. I don't know why, but lately there are tons of random phone numbers calling me, and I tried calling them back, but they never actually pick up. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, aside from that, I don't got much else to say. I'm still waiting for the emails from the actor and actress. Hopefully, they both say yes to the project. I don't want to call her Solar because that's such a stupid ass name. I just want to use her real name. But you know, the woman, she texted me a little earlier today saying that some of her friends are also filming a short film and asking if I'm available. So I'm asking if somebody's available, and somebody's asking her and she's asking me. And so of course I kind of want to say yes. I don't know if I have the time though, but I'll answer. Yeah, that is all. I'm not gonna do too much today. I'm gonna go to Ralph's. I'm gonna film two videos. I'm gonna film one video, record another one, and then I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Time now is 5:11 p.m. I forgot to mention something this morning, and that is last night um I looked at Instagram, and there's this Instagram account that I've been following for about a few weeks now, maybe a month, and it's called Hong Kong Gag, and it's this Hong Kong Instagram account that makes a bunch of Hong Kong jokes and memes, but in English. So very much very international student vibes, you know what I mean? Very American influenced sort of a meme account. But the memes aren't that funny. They're kind of basic at times, but I followed it because there are some legitimately good jokes that I don't even know about Hong Kong. And recently, a couple weeks ago, I released the Hong Kong slander meme on YouTube, which has gained heavy traction and now is at 2,000 and something views. It's insane. And it is only a matter of time. When I release it, I know like maybe Hong Kong Gag's gonna make a Hong Kong slander meme himself, and he did. And I'm like, oh my god, who's gonna come out first? You know, who's gonna make the more popular one? Turns out my video became the more popular one, and he found out about it, screenshotted it, and put a link to it in his Instagram story saying goated meme, you know, check this one out, very funny. Which is really cool because I never thought that would happen. His account has like 46,000 followers, so that's pretty huge. So I DM'd him, I said, lol, thanks for the shout out. And his response was NP, no, which means no problem. which is a very anticlimactic response. Next up, I'd like to say that Jarryd is gone. Jarryd, my roommate, who's the white guy, the Canadian, he's gone. He just grabbed his luggages and left. And Cindy said goodbye to him, and there's a lot of noise outside. I overheard it, and I'm like, whoa, he's gonna leave now? So I went out, and he's like, yeah, bye, Enoch. And I'm like, you're leaving to Canada? And he's like, what? And I said, you're leaving to Canada? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, bye. I don't know what else to say. So he's like, bye. And then that's it. I don't expect to see him ever again in my life. Alright, time now is 6:59. I waited for the bus for like 20 minutes to come back. So first of all, I got toilet paper. Yay. Okay, second of all. Okay, this is $63 worth. Haribo. Mushrooms. This caught my eye. It's squashed, but it's a beef sandwich. Alright, a big eggplant. They ran out of Chinese eggplants. Maybe it's because of sanction and export stuff, but American eggplant here. That's all. I got, okay, this one I'm gonna have to try, and it's fucking smashed as well, even though I tried so hard to not smash it. Red velvet cake. God fucking damn it, everything I get from Ralph's just gets smashed. Because stupid bus and stupid road. Alright, sausages. Apples. Salad box for tonight. Alright, ragu pasta sauce. The pasta itself. Pork chops. This caught my eye. Mac and cheese. Chicken thighs. Box of spinach. Okay.
Literally begging them to accommodate me, and they're being so annoyed about it, and I'm just like, what is the reason? Like, I don't get it. It's really, and they're basically like, oh, just take the exam and we'll see after.
Alright, time now is 9:53 p.m. I finished dinner, and for dinner I had a whole baked russet potato, carne asada steak, and some garlic broccoli fried. And I've never baked a potato before in my life. This is my first time. I forked the potato a few times. I slit cuts on the potato. I put salt and pepper, and I poured some olive oil. I found a baking tray. I found a baking sheet. Put it in the oven for half an hour, and then I took it out with a glove I found. I'm so happy I found all these things. And yeah, it's not enough time. The potato was still really hard, and but I still ate it all anyways. That's when I received a notification of a new Technoblade video called So Long Nerds. And with a title like that, it's serious. So I clicked on it, but I didn't watch it because I'm out in the public. But all the comments are saying, rest in peace, rest in peace. So I'm legitimately scared. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Did he actually die, or is this just a joke? Is this even real? And I went to Twitter, and people are talking about it. And one tweet was like, oh, I watched the first 3 seconds. It's not real. It's just a joke. But then other replies are saying, no, it's real. Unfortunately, it's real. And turns out it's real. So after I came back home, put all my stuff into the fridge and into the cabinets, and I just watched the video and I cried. I just couldn't believe that we've lost someone like him. And this one hits me hard. I mean, I've seen a few celebrity deaths, all the way from David Bowie to Stephen Hawking. But this one is one of the deaths that hit me the hardest. I think maybe it's because I just grew up watching him, ever since late 2015 or early 2016, ever since I was a teenager. I've been watching him for a long time, before Bed Wars even came out in Hypixel. So July 4th is Monday, that's true, but apparently the fireworks will take place like midnight between July 3rd and 4th. So, and Pico Pastor wants to, I guess, invite me to see these fireworks, so sure, I guess. So I'm gonna go, because where else am I gonna be? And I've never experienced July 4th before, so I guess this would be a stupidly interesting experience. All right, time now is 12:16 afternoon on July 1st. Give it up. Give it up for the 7th month. Give it up for the 7th month, guys. Give it up. Give it up. Woo! Okay. So I'm gonna have to do this on August. Give it up for the 8th month, except I'm back in Hong Kong, so there's nothing to give it up for. Okay, Ellen, I guess. So Ellen, she yesterday she asked me if I'm free on July 8th to 10th and 15th to 16th. 8 to 10 I'm fine, 15 to 16 I'm not, I need to go. But I said, yeah, sure. So I asked what position will I be? Because she said a friend of hers is making a short film, and earlier today she said sound. I have no experience in that, but sure, why not? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So I'll ask more questions. If this is a very professional thing, then I will turn it down because I have no experience at all. Yeah, anyways, I hope I would be called by the actors, or at least I'm going to text them anyways. And then afterwards, that's it for today. I'm gonna do the laundry, I believe. I have a lot to do actually. So aside from short film, I also kind of have to go to Target to buy stuff, and I've been thinking about buying pajamas.
But it's like, no, there literally is. It's just that sometimes I maybe thought that you were too nice or too like.
I love it whenever I have to film something and there's fucking 100 decibels outside. Anyways, this is the cucumber salad. It's actually only 50 calories. I bought the wrong thing, rip. But let's try it out anyways. And also these tomatoes are gonna hurt because of my sores. Here we go. What the heck? It's spicy. What the heck? They put chili in this thing? What the fuck? And the cucumbers are basically pickles. They're so sour. just want to see, like, dang. All right. So this is what Cristian gave me after he drove me back home. All right, here we go. Let's test it out. Ooh, it's crumbly. All right. It's quite amazing actually. Today was quite a good day, a good ass day. I have to admit today was a good ass day. So at around 6 something p.m., Cristian texted me over Discord, picked me up. Oh, you know what? Uh put my pajamas in the washing machine and then I'll talk. Right. So at around 6 something p.m., Cristian picked me up. His car showed up. He's cool. I had to look at my map and I start to had to like a video game. I had to figure out which highway to go, how to go, and figure out how. And it's a lot like a game, like a video game. You look at a map and you see the number, like say 405. That's the state 405, and then you take the 10, and then you take 110. The Gandhi temple's closed, and there were a couple of black women outside of the temple. And there were tourists, I guess. And they were taking photos outside of the temple, even though it's closed. So I went there, and, I and Cristian started to talk about how we're going to film things. We looked at the Cristian's camera, and he also brought a tripod with him. He said, stay strapped. We filmmakers have to stay strapped when he took the tripod. And the two black women approached us, and one of them said, "Do you know what this place is?" And I guess if either me or Cristian have to answer, I'm going to be the one who answers because I really know what this place is. This is a temple. And they're like, "Oh, this is a temple." Yeah, sometimes I forget how, I wouldn't say ignorant or foolish, because truth be told, this is a Chinese culture thing. But sometimes I forget that this is America and people just know the things people know, the things the local people know is a lot different from what I know. And maybe I know more. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I know a lot about Hong Kong culture and Chinese culture. But then I also know a good handful about American culture. So in a way, like, I can just go back and forth between these two cultures. But I'm more Hong Kong culture because I come to America and I realize how unfit I am. But yeah. And the black woman, and another black woman saw the cameras and was like, "Oh, are you making a movie?" And then Cristian's like, "Oh yeah, we're making a short film." And then the woman's like, "For USC?" And Cristian's like, "Yeah, him." And the woman's like, "Are you the director?" And Cristian's like, "No, it's Enoch. It's him. He didn't say my name. She just pointed at me." And the black woman was like, "Oh, I'm an actress. Do you have Instagram? Like, I can work with you guys, Which is really weird because that shit never happens in Hong Kong. That shit never happens. People just randomly show up in the street and ask for Instagram. So of course I'm not gonna say no. So the black woman gave Cristian her iPhone, and Cristian entered his IG, and then gave me her iPhone, and I entered my IG, and she followed me. But this is one of the few instances where I'm like, I don't even know you. I've only known you for 3 seconds. Please don't follow me on Instagram, please. I guess Cristian also was genuinely interested in like my culture and my world because I speak English so well and I understand a lot of pop culture references so well, a lot of American culture so well that it's just a little weird. Sometimes I also find myself kind of weird. Like I seem kind of fitting sometimes on the surface, but really I'm from a whole different world. So Cristian asked me a few things so on the way there in the car, I also talked about things. So we talked about the weather and I talked about how, in Hong Kong, it's been raining a lot, raining for like a whole week straight. and there's wind now, and I told him about typhoons, and I explained how hurricanes are formed in the Atlantic Ocean, and then typhoons are formed in the Pacific Ocean, and then we talked about earthquakes and how like Ring of Fire, like how Hong Kong isn't on the Ring of Fire, but Taiwan and Japan are, so Hong Kong kind of missed it, but sometimes Hong Kong would feel earthquakes because China has it. And we talked about school. So we talked about COVID, and I talked about how, like, my classes ended. Because we were talking about Film 40 and how our cinematography class ended prematurely. And that reminds me of how my last year of school ended prematurely. And Christian's like, oh yeah, we ended prematurely too, you know. Because Cristian also ended in 2020. I also ended in 2020. Dude's 19. I'm 19. Or he's 19 or 20, I guess. But yeah, and I talked about how, you know, there's Chinese New Year holiday in February, and originally we were going to go back to school after that holiday, but we can't. And so he's like, COVID started in February for you guys? And I said, yeah, COVID arrived in Hong Kong in late January. So it was earlier for us, but it arrived in the USA in March, and the first case was in Orange County. And then I talked about the school systems in Hong Kong. Going around by myself into temples, I've only done that once. So I've never been to Chinatown at night, actually. So it looks way more magical at night with the blinking neon signs. It's super colorful with the neon lights. It's amazing. So we took tons of photos, and it was very nice. And that's it. That is all. So we found the last location magically, and we found a door, and we thought, okay, scene 1, location, this is it. And we rehearsed it, and that's very nice. And that's pretty much it. So we went back home, and even though there's no traffic at all, Cristian drove on the wrong road like 3 times, like two or three times. And it's partially my fault too, because I don't know how to read a map. But we were supposed to go west, and then suddenly we continued to go. We were supposed to go south, and then we went west, and then we had to do this crazy turn thing, and then something messed up, and we have to turn again, and then we went to downtown a little bit, and then went back on the freeway again. So, interesting hangout. Haha. Pepper's got competition. Nah. But yeah, that's all. Another thing is the actress actually responded to my email, the Malaysian actress whom Eleanor emailed and introduced me to, and she said she's free only on July 6th morning and before 1 p.m. Which is still doable. It's doable, it's doable, it's doable. So, there's that. It's 7:38 in the morning. The whole apartment smells like shrimp. Cindy's playing music, making a lot of damn noise. Alright, time now is 10:20 a.m. in the morning on July 2nd. So you may be wondering, why am I waking up so early at 10:20? Usually I wake up at 12 at noon or 11:30. Well, I didn't. I didn't wake up at 10. I woke up at 7:30. And then at around 7:30, I heard noise outside. A lot of banging noise, and then suddenly there's music. And then suddenly there's a sound of cooking. And then there's a smell of shrimp or lobster or seafood or something like that. And I was like, okay, fuck, it's Cindy, right? So, I walked up, I woke up, I left my bed, and I checked the phone, and I thought, okay, maybe it's 10 something a.m. Because, you know, it's the morning, and Cindy likes to blast music. Nope, it's only 7:30 a.m. I honestly thought it would be way later, but no, it's only 7:30 a.m. in the fucking morning. Jesus Christ. She's black. Like, I don't know if it's an LA thing. Like, I don't know if it's an American thing or is it just her. But she has no concept of other people sleeping. She has no awareness that maybe some other people in this apartment is sleeping, so maybe I should be more quiet. She has no awareness of that. This isn't the first time. 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning, blasting music, loud ass phone calls, and today, the worst offender, cooking. Cooking. So the smell literally came into my room and I could smell it. I tried all sorts of methods. I tried to just close my eyes and wait. I tried to think of something else. Nope, none work. None works. I cannot fall asleep. And then suddenly there's noise outside again. There's banging noise. Somebody rushed to the cabinets. Cindy rushed to the cupboards right side of my bedroom, and then things started to fall down and freak out, and everything's falling. What the fuck now? I went out. I woke up. I left my bed. I checked my phone. It's 9:30. I laid on my bed for 2 fucking hours, and I saw Cindy packing and grabbing like 5 bags on her. She's clearly going somewhere. So I asked her, "Where are you going?" And Cindy said a bunch of gibberish, but something along the lines of, "I'm going away to some place and I'll be back next week." Which is great, because now I don't have to worry about her complaints and her music anymore. But it was so loud, so I'm like, so off the top of my mouth, I just said, "Okay, I'll finally go back to sleep. I'll finally start sleeping." I know that sounds a little mean. I should have said something nicer, like, "Oh, take care," or whatever bullshit. But honestly, I was kind of upset at that point. Okay, so I'm not gonna do too much today, since I have a lot of time today. Since I woke up so early, I don't have much to do now. I have 2 album reviews to film. I'm gonna watch anime. I'm gonna go to Nijiya Market and buy food, buy more food. Speaking of Nijiya Market and Sawtell, right? Let's talk about the well. I don't know if the Chinese boss lady will give me any more shifts. I'm gonna ask her, I guess. And I just thought of that, and I was thinking to myself, like, while I was trying to fall back asleep, like, man, I have no love. Because aside from Mary, I'm still at a state where, I've moved on from Mary. I still think she's super fascinating and interesting and cute and amazing, but I've moved on from her. But I don't love anyone else. Like, usually people would love someone else really fast, or I guess it's different for people, but on average, In fact, I'm gonna make a prediction that over the entirety of 2022, I will not find a single interesting female, and nobody will try to hit on me either, because look at my face. How will someone enjoy looking at something like this? It's ridiculous. Like, if I see myself in a rom-com, I will not root for the guy, because he looks stupid and he acts stupid. So I'm gonna go back to Hong Kong and I'm gonna work out tons. I'm gonna, I guess it doesn't. If a girl likes me for how I look, then I would probably hate the girl, because that's superficial. I guess I'm gonna work on my confidence. All right. So this is the I don't even know what it is. Pastrami Swiss on rye sandwich. So I'm gonna try this, and this is only 280 calories, which is actually kind of low for a sandwich of this size. Altogether 560, but I'm only gonna eat one today. So here we go. Let's try it out. Holy crap. This looks good, but it tastes like nothing. There's nothing in this. What the heck? It actually tastes like nothing. It's so dry. What the heck? I feel bad and bored. I feel really bored and I don't know what to do. Because now I'm really living alone. Like legit alone, completely alone. Yeah, Cindy's gonna come back in a week. Jarrett's basically gone from my life. I'll never see the guy ever again. Um, yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's just very empty and I don't have a lot to do for some reason. And on July 15th, I'm gonna go back to Hong Kong. Maybe it would be better if he interviewed me when we return. Okay, so with all this stuff going on, let's talk about what's gonna happen for the rest of my life here in USA before summer interlude, aka the return to Hong Kong, the break from the USA. You know, you play a video game for a very long time, you need to take a break, you know, exit the game or just pause the game if it's single player and just go and grab a cup of water, drink some, have a snack, and then return to the game. Except this time I'm going to play the game for 7 months, for 6.5 months, and the break is going to be 1 month long. That's the catch. All right, it's 6:33. I'm back from Nijiya Market. This is what I got. By the way, this is $45. Holy shit, this is a lot more than I thought. Probably because I bought a lot of stuff. But first of all, mochi ice cream, vanilla flavored. Then, instead of karaage, I got a fried squid, which looks very interesting. Of course, I got chives. I also got, for dessert, tangerine jelly. And then for tonight, we got tofu salad. And I'm also going to be eating eggplants tonight. This is the codfish mochi, but sesame flavored. There's also sesame flavored mochi ice cream, but this is sesame, this is vanilla. Simple as that. This is for tonight. Sushi. This will be my second last sushi night before I return. This is the cup noodle, 410 calories, not bad. And then out of pure curiosity, I don't even know if it's going to taste good, vanilla flavored Coca-Cola. There. Alright, let me squeeze this lemon to these microwaved dry squid. How am I going to do that? This is a very oddly shaped lemon slice. Okay, I guess this way? Fuck, I can't do it. I can't do it. There we go. Fuck. There we go. Get that lemon juice all over it. Yes. Alright, so dinner today is going to be completely 100% Nijiya Market. We got the tofu salad, which is something I've never eaten before. I've had the cabbage salad from Nijiya, and I've had the tuna salad, but this is new. And I don't think I've ever had tofu salad in general, because it's a weird combo, but who cares. Californian roll, I want something fat and thick, so here it is. With pickled ginger, wasabi, and soy sauce. And then, never tried this in Nijiya Market before, but deep fried squid with bits of lemon sauce, lemon juice on top. My original idea is to eat some eggplants and steam it, but I realized I want garlic. And I don't want to, you know, make another plant-based dish. I would rather have more meat than plants, so all karaage fried squid for this meal. I'm not going to save it for another meal. I'm going to eat it all today. So full Nijiya. Let's start off with the tofu salad, actually. Let's see how it goes. Alright, here's got the sauce. Sesame sauce, as expected. Let's pour it all over. I guess there's nothing all that special about this salad, probably. I should save some of the sauce, though, for future usage. Yes. Here we go. Let's eat it with the tofu and the bean sprouts. Damn, my mouth hurts. It tastes fine, but my mouth really hurts. Alright, and then the sushi. I think we all know what this is gonna taste like because I've had this before. I believe, I don't even know, I'm not sure. But I think I've had it before. But this is a California roll because it has an avocado in it for some reason. And also a crab mixture and rice on the outside and sesame for some reason. So it's definitely something from California, I guess. I don't even know. Bruh. This chopsticks is so short. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Rip. Ooh, it hurts. It tastes good, but it hurts. Fuck. This chopstick sucks. Alright, finally, let's try the fried squid. Smells very nostalgic. To an average Westerner, this may stink. Or actually to I shouldn't have said that, because Californians eat seafood too. But this is a more Japanese way of cooking it, you know? Surprisingly soft. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. So I can just like open the door right now and go, ah, fuck you! And that's fine, because I'm the only one here until July 8th. So, the guy called me, the old man. So, again, to recap, Eleanor had found an actor and an actress to be in my short film and have been emailing them. The actor, the old man, called me. He said, he called me, and at first it was a little awkward because I've never seen the guy, and he's about to work for me, so this is kind of awkward. I don't know what to say. I've never worked with an old dude in a short film before, so I don't know what to say. So at first I'm like, so this is gonna be about the short film, right? And he said, well, I mean, unless you have something else to talk about. Okay, fine, but I started to get professional. Okay, so the film would be the film would be shot in Chinatown, and he said, don't worry, I said I could pay for lunch, and he's like, okay, all right, good. I only slept for like 3.5 hours today this morning, so I'm sorry if my thoughts don't go straight. Yeah, there's that. It's confirmed. It's awesome, and it's good. And at 9 p.m. So I was about to finish up my meal. I was about to put everything away, and suddenly somebody's calling me. Oh my God, it's the actress. So I picked up, and it's the Malaysian actress. And at first it was in English. At first I said, hi. And she's like, hi, is this Enoch? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, do you speak Cantonese, or is this better in English? And she said, I can speak Cantonese too, in Cantonese, but then she's more comfortable in English. But at the end, the conversation went Cantonese anyways. I don't know which language to use. Pain of being bilingual. The only thing left before I could do the short film, before the production, the only few things to do, of course, the call sheet and the budget, but also I'm going to call the temple. Now, tomorrow's Sunday, I don't know if they can do it, and then on Monday, it's July 4th. Alright, time now is 8:12 in the morning a.m. My phone has 20% battery because it hasn't been charging at all completely. That's great. That's amazing. I love it when that happens. Especially when I'm going to be leaving the apartment today the whole day. Feels unreal. I'm completely alone here. So I went to bed at 3:15. Yeah, so today I'm just gonna go to the church and then go to Pico Pastor, go to meet Pico Pastor, and then I'm gonna have to pay $5 in cash and then experience the 4th of July experience. And then hopefully dinner exists. If not, I'm gonna starve because I didn't plan to eat anything. I didn't plan to cook.
有啲似邊境嘅地方，揾啲大草原。
我想象唔到原來 LA 有 7-Eleven。
哦，7-Eleven 好多啊，其實咩事？我都未嚟過呢度，但係上面啲屋好似好靚喎，係 West LA College 喎，但係我哋要。但你點樣可以揾到嗰個幾個鐘頭？
我貪。All right, so time now is 4:09 p.m. So weird because I'm supposed to be somewhere else right now, but yet I'm back in my own apartment. So let's talk about what happened today real quick. I woke up. We went to a restaurant in Koreatown to have lunch. So first of all, I haven't been to Koreatown ever since I have arrived in LA. And this is the second time I've been to Koreatown in my life. The first time was in summer of 2016 when I went to LA to travel with my family and my aunt, and we had a dinner there at Koreatown. But today, this is like the actual first time. But yeah, it was a pretty expensive lunch, $20. It was $16, but with tax and tips is $20. But it's good. It's spicy, but it's good. My sore hurts, but who cares? And then I said goodbye to people. They're like, okay, see you after you come back to Hong Kong. There were a couple awkward moments today during fellowship, actually, because the pastor who organized this whole camp asked me specifically, hey Enoch, are you going to the camp? And I'm going to be honest here, I said no. Even though I don't want to say no, turning him down like that, but I'm going to be honest here, I said no. So he's like, why not? And I said, well, I have to leave very soon. And he's like, oh, when are you leaving? And I said, July 15th. And he's like, well, you got time. The camp goes from July 8th to 11th. And I said, yeah, but I'm also trying to make a short film and there's post-production stuff. And he's like, okay. And when at the end of the Sunday service Bible study talk thing, the pastor spoke again, like, and then he asked, is Enoch the only person who's not going to the camp? And apparently I am, because everyone else in that college fellowship are going to the camp. Kelly's going, the glasses guy is going, Jonas, of course, Jonas, the team leader, so he's going, the siblings are going, only me. But honestly, I'm glad that I didn't decide to go to the camp, because if I did decide, A, it would be a lot more stressful for me, because I'm going to shoot the short film on the 6th, and then I have one day to pack. B, I would not be able to go and help the documentary thing by Eleanor. So that's that. and I often seriously need some self-time and alone time. But yeah, anyways, after the Korean lunch, the teacher who drove me to church drove me directly to West Los Angeles College. And I was early. At first, the Pico Pastor wanted to meet me at 4 p.m. because that is when the gates are open at that college to the July 4th fireworks thing, or the July 3rd, because it's July 3rd. But apparently we're too early. When we arrived at the entrance of West LA College, it was already only 2:30 p.m. So I told the Pico Pastor, and he called me, and he said, well, you can just go home first because you're too early. I'm gonna pick you up later. So I'm like, okay. And I just learned that Kuang, the writer for the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, and Wesley detective crime novel series, the writer, has passed away yesterday. I don't know. I kind of saw this one coming. And that's probably why it kind of hit me hard, because he's such a legendary writer, and I've been hearing his name for a long time, but lately when I started watching movies, I found out that he also wrote the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, so I was like, man, like, this guy seems really cool. And then I learned that he hates the CCP, he hates the Chinese government, and he's really wise, and he has a lot of profound things to say about the Chinese government and authoritarian regimes, and I thought, man, what a wise guy.
Thanks to the support of many of you probably in the audience for supporting the efforts of the Exchange Club, of which we're a beneficiary, so thank you.
All right. I thought there weren't ice cream in this thing. Turns out there is. I'm happy. I'm happy there's ice cream. I also ate some sushi, even though I already had some last night. But as long as it's food, I'll eat it.
Just want to say thank you, especially to Jarryd.
I'm working, so that's
Alright, so time now is 10:12 p.m. on July 3rd, not 4th yet. But here we go. I'm back in my apartment now, just back at square one. It's fine, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's a very happy experience because it was actually like a mess. So the Pico Pastor put down a couple mats, and we can sit on them, but we can't wear shoes. So for a few moments I took off my shoes, but I'm juggling a few things. First of all, I'm holding my phone, and at the same time I'm holding my mask because I don't want to wear my mask all the way, I took off from time to time, and I have my drink with me for a while, and then I have some other stuff like the spoon that is with the drink. And so it was a lot of stuff, and it was kind of a mess. But I think the worst part is the grass, the dried dead grass, and the dust. It just constantly gets blown over at my face and towards my food. And so I need to have dinner, and essentially what happened is the Pico Pastor have brought some sushi himself. And I ate a few pieces, even though I already had sushi literally last night. But you know what? I'll eat it. And that's basically my dinner. And that huge icy drink. I like that icy drink though. The pros is that I feel like if you're with a bunch of friends, you're gonna have a good time. Now, I'm not with a bunch of friends, and I had an okay time. But I feel like if I'm with friends, it would be way more fun, because the messier it gets, it's just the better, I guess. And then we have the fireworks, which is long overdue. But when it happened, it went on for like 25 minutes, which is extremely long. And it was like right at my face. I've never watched fireworks from such a close distance before, so this is actually a really cool experience. I'm not huge on fireworks. I'm not a huge fireworks fan, but it's nice. The nice banging sounds, clanging sounds, clickety clickety clack, boom bam, and all right. Anyways, now for the final reveal. Who is the blonde girl? Who is the blonde girl? It's fine, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's a very happy experience because it was actually like a mess. So, the Pico Pastor put down a couple mats, and we can sit on them, but we can't wear shoes. So for a few moments, I took off my shoes, but I'm juggling a few things. First of all, I'm holding my phone, and at the same time, I'm holding my mask because I don't want to wear my mask all the way, I took off from time to time, and I have my drink with me for a while, and then I have some other stuff like the spoon that is with the drink, and so it was a lot of stuff, and it was kind of a mess. But I think the worst part is the grass, the dried dead grass, and the dust. It just constantly gets blown over at my face and towards my food. And so I need to have dinner, and essentially what happened is the Pico Pastor have brought some sushi himself. And I ate a few pieces, even though I already had sushi literally last night. But you know what? I'll eat it. And that's basically my dinner. And that huge icy drink. I like that icy drink though. The pros is that I feel like if you're with a bunch of friends, you're gonna have a good time. Now, I'm not with a bunch of friends, and I had an okay time, but I feel like if I'm with friends, it would be way more fun, because the messier it gets, it's just the better, I guess. And then we have the fireworks, which is long overdue, but when it happened, it went on for like 25 minutes, which is extremely long, and it was like right at my face. I've never watched fireworks from such a close distance before, so this is actually a really cool experience. I'm not huge on fireworks. I'm not a huge fireworks fan, but it's nice. The nice banging sounds, clanging sounds, clickety clickety clack, boom bam, and all right. Anyways, now for the final reveal. Who is the blonde girl? Who is the blonde girl? Ladies and gentlemen, that girl is Aika. So, yeah, she is the legendary, the mythical, the woman, the myth, the legend. Aika. I'm not going to say her last name, but her last name is really common, so who cares? Aika, the Japanese girl. This is the first time I've seen her in person, and I'm pretty sure it's her. And I'm very good at recognizing people. She probably didn't recognize me, but I recognized her. When we were leaving the gates, suddenly I saw like 4 Asian teenagers, East Asian teenagers, just walking past. And then I see a blonde girl. And all the East Asian teenagers have black hair, but then there's this blonde girl. So obviously she caught my eye, and I look, whoa, I know her. She's Aika. I know her because she looks exactly like her Instagram profile picture, and exactly like what she looks like over Zoom. And I was hoping that she would recognize me because she had seen me once before over Zoom. I turned on my camera, but at that point I had shorter hair and I didn't have any facial hair. I just shaved. So maybe she didn't recognize this because now I have longer hair and I have a mustache now. But at some point so she went past me, so she's at the front. And then at one point we walked very fast and we surpassed them. And then at one point we crossed the same road. Like there was a crossroad, there's a traffic light, and we all stopped, like a crowd of people stopped, and they showed up behind us again. And at that moment I was like, okay, I gotta just walk up to her and ask her, are you Aika? And to be honest, I was truly about to, but I feel like this is like a Mary moment where it's like, ooh, should I say it now? Should I say it later? maybe I still have a chance later. Maybe I shouldn't even do it anyways. I don't know, and I kind of hesitated, and at the end I didn't do it, which is probably a good decision, because if I suddenly walk up to her and say, "Are you Aika?" and if she's not, then I would be embarrassed as hell. But I'm 99% sure she is, and even so, I would come off a little creepy, like, hold on, who is this random dude? But if I DM her and ask her, "Were you in this Culver City firework thing?" and she said yes, that would be cool. But or maybe I don't even need to DM her. I'll just mention her this after I come back to LA next semester. That's also fine. I don't know. Or maybe it's a bad decision. Maybe I should have engaged to make a very strong first impression. All right, time now is 11:29 p.m. If you're hearing a little bit of noise outside, it's because Cindy's back, bitches. So, suddenly I heard key noises. Who could it be? New roommate? I thought that new roommate would come on July 8th. No, it's Cindy. What? Did she come back here to take some stuff? Turns out, she's not. So yesterday morning, which felt like 3 days ago, but yesterday morning she went out and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna leave for a week." Nope. She said she hated there and she has returned. And now she's unpacking her stuff outside. I mean, it's not the end of the world, honestly, because not much has changed.